Hi everyone, welcome to another Mahalo Monthly. End of February, can you believe it? Yeah, I know, I'm a broken record saying that every month, but really, where do the months go? It can't just be me thinking they fly by, can it? They really do. Yeah, it's freezing, absolutely freezing. It's funny, the UK weather, I'm pretty sure it happens every year. So we have, quite a cold January. Sometimes mild, but sometimes cold. And then we get into February, it starts off cold, then it suddenly warms up or feels like it's warming up. We get blue skies and sunshine and we get the spring blooms popping up. And it's almost like it tricks you, it lulls you into that false sense of security that spring is on its way, and then just suddenly the temperature drops and absolutely freezing. But with that, it's funny. The aurora borealis, the northern lights, was actually visible across a lot of the UK the night before last. I didn't get to see it, unfortunately. It was too cloudy here in Bristol, but I know a lot of my friends, like in the southern parts of England even, they were able to see them, and that's just completely unheard of here in the UK. So I guess, colder days, colder nights mean more clear skies, maybe. I don't know, but yeah. So I don't know why I started this video with a weather update. I think it's just because we were getting into that spring feeling and it's gone all cold again. But anyway, so yeah, I thought I would just give you a bit of an update, as I do every month, really. So March begins tomorrow. Still hasn't sunk in yet. So with that, we're running a challenge in the Facebook group, and I will be filming mine on video. It's going to be a postcard challenge like what we ran in autumn, but this time for spring. Obviously the makes don't have to be spring related, but what we will give is every Wednesday we'll post up a prompt that's related to spring-ish, but it's cryptic enough that it can be interpreted in different ways. So for example, I've made my postcard and I filmed my first video, which will go up tomorrow for week 1. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily a spring postcard at all, but it definitely, in my opinion, in my interpretation, fits within the prompt. So I'm really excited for how everyone's going to interpret the prompts and what they're going to come up with. And it's always nice to just see everyone's work anyway. So I would love it if you could, if you're in the Facebook group, please do take part. We actually have a giveaway running for anyone who completes all 4 weeks, so makes a postcard for all of the prompts across the month. We'll put you all into a draw, and then we'll do this giveaway at the end. So I'm excited for that, and I'm sure Mandy is as well. And yeah, I'm really excited. So I filmed my first video, so I'm hoping to put mine up every Wednesday if I can manage it. But these collage postcards, they're new to me. The first one, I got paints out and everything. So yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys think about what I've made and all of that as well. So as I say, I'll try for every Wednesday for those videos to go up through the month. And really, I'm taking it a little bit slow in March because I'm still a bit here, there and everywhere. But I do want to get going again with my secret garden project. I have a lot of ephemera. We were making the mass makes last year, and I was making things for challenges in my secret garden theme because I knew that it was going to be a big project for me. But I also went through my stash to find things that I had forgotten about, made years ago, in the same sort of colours and papers and things. And I have a lot. I have an extraordinary amount of things. So I think we're ready to get going with that now. So that's great. So do look out for those videos as I make them. But I'm also slipping in a few other, I won't call them random, but I suppose they are. Just random makes where I have a lot of stuff in this craft room that wants using. So I think you would have seen, you saw the charms video yesterday. I had a lot of circles. I've got a lot of little bits that just want using up, and so I'm just going to do every so often just an ad hoc, this is what I feel like making this week and this is what we're going to make. And then they don't really fit into any kind of theme, they're just a hodgepodge of using up things that I've got, because there's a lot of stuff in this room and it's not a very big room. So I really want to condense my stash down this year. I'm officially, you can hold me to this, I am on a supplies buying ban. Now, there are some things I'll need to restock, like glue and eyelets and like the stuff that I use often, and maybe some lace. But aside from that, like I don't need any more kits for a long time, like this year. I do not need any more paper pads. I do not need any more stuff. So I'm officially on, and I don't need any more books. I need to use what I've got, because what I find, and especially in the beginning, it's so easy to watch a video, want to make exactly what they're making, and you just go out and buy all this stuff. And then, I mean, it's maybe by the time you've got everything, it's 10 videos later of watching this person, and you haven't done the thing that you bought all these supplies for. And then you put them away, think, oh, well, I'll get to that another time. And then 2 years later, at least in my case, they're still sitting there. You haven't done that project. And I can't be the only one. So I'm officially no more buying like just supplies. It will just be the things that I need, like inks and daubers and glues. But yeah, I'm excited to just get some stuff used. And yeah, I won't be buying any more kits for a while, because I think I've got half a dozen kits. Maybe more than that, 7 or 8, maybe more than that, kits that I've bought over the past however long, and I've just never used them. I haven't even printed them out. I can't even remember what I've got. So yeah, I want to use those as well, because I bought them because I liked them, so I must use them, right? So really, I mean, for me this year is going to be a lot of shop your stash type videos, a lot of shop your trash because I keep hoarding things, a lot of just getting things used. And I also want to start doing like Finish It Friday sessions, not every week, but I also have a lot of things in this room that I maybe made in the beginning and they don't have anywhere to go, or maybe I made something but didn't decorate it. I've got a lot of stuff like that, so I also want to be doing a lot of that this year, but I'm in no hurry. Like, I'm not in any hurry. I'm just gonna, do them as and when I feel like finishing something up. But I figure I might as well have a day for it, and then, on that day I can sort of sit down and say, do I want to finish something off? Yes, I do. Here's my little pile of goodies, and, take it from there. Because I do want to get back into having more of a plan. It's just, at the moment, it is a bit tricky because my travel blog this time of year is quite busy with planning trips, travel campaigns, and going to conferences to meet tourism boards. And I forget, I always forget it every year, I forget how busy it can get, because the rest of the year is more for me. It's more, the trips are planned, so you go and do them, you write about them. You've met the tourism boards, you've got the campaign sorted, you go off and do it, you write about it. Like, the rest of the year is pretty, it flows nice. It's just the first few months feels like it just takes off, and just it leaves me behind every time. And at the end of the day, I'm reminding myself that my travel blog is my full-time job, and everything else does have to come secondary to that. And as much as that upsets me, it really upsets me, because I love all this junk journal stuff, I really do. But at the end of the day, I've got these campaigns that need working on, and I have to do them. And so I am trying to, get my videos out as well. But I'm also taking the pressure off myself, as much as it doesn't sound like it, where if I don't have time for that video, then it's just not going to go up. And I'm going to try my best to make sure that they do. But there's only so much I can do. I'm only one person, and I'm beginning to realise that now. I actually saw a great video from Rose from Journals in Time recently. I think it was for a collab that she was a part of. But anyway, the video was about what to do when you've lost your mojo for crafting and creativity and stuff. And even though, you know, the tips, some of them were, you know, things that you might already know, they were actually just a really good reminder that there's a lot of things that we forget as creatives. So a couple of the things that stuck with me that she said was, you know, if you're burnt out and exhausted, you're not going to be as creative as you could be because you're too tired. So, you know, get out there for a walk, take some time for yourself, go on that spa break. All these things that you can do to, you know, bring your mojo back. So I will link that video down below because I think it was a really good, like 45 minutes of these tips and advice and just reminders of things that we can do to help ourselves and take care of ourselves better. And she also made some really beautiful things in the video. So if I remember, hopefully I do, I will link that because, yeah, it was just that reminder that, like, crafting and creativity, it's fun, it's for us, it's enjoyable. And if we are feeling a bit burnt out and tired and overwhelmed and too much stuff going on, then it can, you know, it can limit our creativity. So I don't know, again, I've just gone off on one long tangent, but I know a bunch of you love my waffling, so I'm not going to apologise for it anymore. That's something that I have learned, not to apologise for my waffle, not to apologise for being me. I realised I was doing that a lot, where I am who I am, I talk a lot, I think a lot, I think and talk a lot, and that's me. So yeah, that is me. I'm not going to apologise for it. Oh, I bet some of you are sitting there going, hallelujah, finally, she's figured that one out. But yeah, anyway, so that's that. What was I talking about? Cannot remember. Right, plans for March. So we've talked about the postcard challenge, we've talked about Secret Garden coming back, we've talked about Finish It Fridays here and there, but that will probably be actually like just something that I do through the rest of the year as and when it's needed. Like, I don't think it's going to be this thing every week for just 1 month. Like, I really think, sorry, I'm really uncomfortable in this chair. I really think Finish It Fridays for me is just something that I need to do like often, just to keep my hand in, because like there's so many things that I just started making and maybe I got sidetracked and went off to a different project, and I need to come back and finish these things. So yeah, anyway. I also want to be doing some slow down Sundays. Again, I just see it being this ad hoc, when I can, when I want to, session for however long. Like, you know, I don't have any time limits on it or anything. I don't really have any plans. But really I see that being videos where maybe they're a bit more chill. They're not going to be for everybody because there'll probably be a lot of just talking and looking at the things that I've got and playing around and just having a bit of a fun time with it. Initially, I will just film them as I would a normal video and they'll just go up on a Sunday. And really it is a chance for us just to take some time for ourselves, and if you want to have me on in the background whilst you do something, then fab. I would love that. So that's going to be something that I want to start doing, but as I say, just, you know, when I can and when I have something to do in that session. You know, I'm not teaching a particular thing, it's just I want to use this thing, I want to do this, I want to finish this off, I want to decorate this. Like, it'll be kind of a hodgepodge of different things, I think. We shall see. We shall see. So that's March. Mainly just Secret Garden, isn't it? Postcards and Secret Garden. That's what we'll be doing. I should talk about the altered book. So if you were watching along with that series, you'll know that I had a bit of trouble picking up the winter pages when I wanted to. So I did end up getting to them later than planned. I've not finished. I have 1 page spread left to do, and then I've got the ephemera to make. And I was planning to get that done this month. But to be honest, I am past winter. I want to be working with the spring blossoms and the flowers and stuff, because that is what I'm looking forward to the most. So I have put a little bit of a pause on the altered book, like the winter pages, where I know it's just one page spread left and just some ephemera. I might very well do it as like a Finish It Friday session. I just don't know when it will be, because I was finding it trickier and trickier the more we got through February to have things flow, because I just wasn't feeling it anymore. But I'm excited for spring and summer pages. So I think I wanted to do those, the spring pages early April is what I'm planning for. And then we'll probably just go straight into summer the month after, so May. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. So yeah, I just thought I would give an update, because I know a few people are following along with the series and crafting along with it as well. So I didn't want you to think that I'd forgotten, or I wanted you to know the reasons. It's just sometimes our creativity takes us in a different direction, and this time it's taken me away from winter and towards spring flowers. So that's it, isn't it? What else? That's kind of it crafting wise. See, I did tell you, short and sweet, 16 minutes, not bad. Yeah, I don't really have a huge amount. I am also currently in the middle of preparing a big, huge Etsy restock. As part of this, using what I've got, no supplies buying, all that sort of stuff, I did also have a good rummage through my stuff, and I found a bunch of things that I would like to share as part of Etsy bundles and things. And there's a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness me. I've been doing it through February, off and on. I have something like, well, you're going to laugh. I have about 200 vintage envelopes. I don't know why I've got so many. They were just in a box that I'd forgotten about. At one point I was selling bundles of vintage envelopes on my Etsy. And then the listing, I think I sold out of them, and I just never got round to relisting anything. And so I sat down and made up some bundles, so I've got stuff like that. I'm really excited for these, which are, I've got like fabric inspiration packs coming in different colourways. So, sneak peek. So, yeah, different colourways of just different stuff. You might notice I've finally gone through the boho fabrics. So there's a whole heap of those. I think I've got I've got a whole box full of these packs ready to go. I'm de-stashing buttons. What else? I've got some ephemera, handmade ephemera, that will be going up as well. So I just wanted to give you a heads up that that will be coming in March, is what I'm aiming for. I am actually going to do an Etsy restock video so you can see everything. And yeah, just for anyone who's interested, there will be a lot of stuff, a lot of fun stuff, hopefully, going up in my Etsy, well, yeah, later in March. I just have a couple of things to finish off and then I'll be ready, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, that's really it. That's it for House of Mahalo stuff. That's all I've got to say. Well, about House of Mahalo. Obviously, I could talk for England, and I could talk for hours if you let me. But I also wanted to just talk a little bit about the fact that I had the spa break last week. So those of you who watched my clusters video, you'll know that I was excited for this spa break. Well, yeah, it happened last week. It was really lovely to get away. The hotel was nice. The spa was lovely. So, you know, there was a jacuzzi and a swimming pool, steam room, sauna, plunge shower thing, relaxation rooms, all of that. I mean, obviously I love a jacuzzi and I love I don't love the sauna, but I love a steam room. I'm not so good with saunas. I think I can only last about 3 minutes. But a steam room is a nice sort of 10 minutes for me, and jacuzzi, I could be in there hours if you let me. But really the biggest thing was just lounging on these little like deck chair, sunbed type things, reading a magazine, which I have not done. It's got to be years the last time I actually flipped through a magazine. So, you know, I bought a couple before the spa break, and yeah, I had an enjoyable time just putting my feet up and looking through those, which was lovely. And then the next day we did get to the New Forest and we saw ponies. We saw plenty of them. We actually saw some ponies. So for those of you who don't know, New Forest is a national park in the UK in southern England. It's in Hampshire, where I actually grew up. And there are new wild ponies, the New Forest ponies, that wander around. You'll find them in villages. They might even be grazing people's gardens if they've left the gate open. They're just all over, and there's so many of them, completely wild. And we saw, I don't know, a herd, a group. We saw a bunch of them as soon as we entered, you know, the signs, "Welcome to New Forest." They were just there. It was lovely. It was amazing. We got to do a walk there, which was the point of going to the New Forest, was to get out the car. And we did the Tall Trees Trail, where we got to see giant sequoia trees. So the tallest was it was either 50 or 60 meters tall, planted in 1850s, so old. And the heaviest one was 105 tons. So we got to see a few of those, and also the Douglas fir tree, which I believe is native to England, but they're the tallest fir trees that we get. Some of the tallest trees in all of UK are the Douglas fir. So they were pretty epic. I did take some photos, which will go up on the travel blog at some point, because I will be writing about this walk that we did, hopefully. So yeah, I'll have those. There's a photo, we took some photos up against the trunk of a giant sequoia tree, and like I'm not the smallest person, I'm not the biggest person, I'm just kind of like average, but this tree was just, I stretched my arms as far as I could. I'm only 5'4", and I only took up like a middle section of it. I could not reach the edge of this tree, no matter how hard I tried. It was quite funny. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Now for those of you in the US, obviously for those of you who've gotten out to see the redwoods where you are, these trees will probably be nothing in comparison to that, but for us in the UK, they're some of the tallest trees here, which is very exciting. I've been to Muir Woods near San Francisco, so in California, and yeah, those trees were pretty epic, and there was a lot more of the redwoods. We had just a small handful, but still, it was enough for us. And it was just a really lovely walk. Yeah, really, really relaxing. Love trees. I just love. My husband and I actually had this little bit of a chat about. So, I'm a spiritual person to a certain extent. Now, I really, I agree with the elements, earth, air, fire, water kind of thing. And I do believe in our star signs being linked to these elements. So I'm a Virgo, so I'm an earth sign. Now, it's funny because if I think back to when I was a child/teenager, I thought that I was more closely linked with water as an element, and the idea is these elements, whichever one you're most closely connected to, will rejuvenate you, energize you, calm you down, give you what you need. And I used to think it was water. I loved being on the beach, I loved surfing and bodyboarding, I loved being in the sea, I loved swimming, I loved lakes and waterfalls and things like that. I still do love all of those things, but yeah, I'm definitely happiest when I'm wandering through trees, forests, woodlands, green outside and everything, and that's come with age. It has definitely changed from my teens. So I was actually asking Scott if he'd noticed anything like that. But I say he's water. He's a Pisces, so I think he's a water sign. I do think he is closely linked to water, no matter whether he's never thought about it or not. Because he loves skiing, he loves bodyboarding and being in the water. And of course skiing is, well, it's just frozen water, isn't it? Well, not frozen, but you know what I mean, snow is water based. So I do think he is energized by water. But he's just happy to wander through trees with me as well. But yeah, I just thought I would throw it out there to whether you've ever noticed anything. You know, what element does your star sign connect to, and does it connect with what gets you going? So like fire signs, you might like to have a candle on whilst you're crafting. It's that kind of thing. So yeah, that's just mine. Definitely trees, forests, that's my thing. I love it. Yeah, that's it. I think I've told you about the spa break. I've done one of those things where I just rabbit on for a bit and I don't remember what I say. It's only until, like, if I look back up the video afterwards, I'll be like, oh, that's what I was talking about. I don't know if that happens to anyone else. I think it's probably because it's a vlog. It's like a one-way thing. Obviously, you can talk to me in the comments, and I love it when you do, but it's not a conversation where I'm feeding off of what you're saying and you're feeding off of what I'm saying, like, in the moment straight away. So I do find that I just go blah, 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 blah. And then afterwards think, what did I actually talk about? So yeah. Anyway, whilst I'm here, I will just show you my positivity calendar. Now, I'm hoping this will be the right way round because I really don't want to have to flick the camera around just for this bit, but we'll try it. We'll see what happens. So this is today's. Hopefully you can see that. I do actually have to read it myself though. It says, no season lasts forever, not even this one. So there you go. Winter. Well, in the northern hemisphere, winter is almost done with. But I suppose for those of you in the southern hemisphere, you'll be coming into your... Are you coming into your summer or are you coming into your spring? It's one of the two, isn't it? So yeah, I think you'll see this video today. Hopefully, it just depends on whether I can get it uploaded to YouTube. I don't normally have any problems with my internet connection, but I know sometimes it can take a little bit of a while. But hopefully, you'll see it today. That's all I've got. Again, I really don't know if I've said anything, but hopefully you've just enjoyed having me on in the background whilst doing something, or just, yeah, hearing my news. So yeah, postcard challenge starts tomorrow. You'll see my video for that. I really hope you like what I've come up with. It was a bit of an experiment, but I had really, really good fun trying it out. And for those of you who wanted to see more mixed media on my channel, now it's not my forte, and it's definitely not something that I can do always because I don't have half the stuff that some people do, and as I say, it's not really my forte. But tomorrow's video is definitely, in my opinion, mixed media. So yeah, I hope you have fun just watching along, seeing what I come up with and all of that. And of course, if you're taking part in the challenge, I'm really excited to see your postcards. That is officially all I'm going to say today. So thanks ever so much for watching. Honestly, it really means the world to me to have your support and to have your friendship and your community, and you have just be a part of this with me. I love it, and I think that's why I'm sad that I can't give these videos more of my time, because I love doing them. It's just one of those things where I have a job to do. I have to do that first. But of course I know I'm in a fortunate position where I'm able to do these videos a bit easier than if somebody was in a 9-to-5 out in an office somewhere. So I do fully appreciate that. I really do. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all in life. I want everything. And yeah, I just sort of have to reel it in sometimes. And I think that's why also I have these big plans crafting wise, because I just want to do everything. I've got all these ideas and I want to do them all, but I only have this much of time and this many ideas. And I just have to remind myself it's okay to rein it in a little bit, and you'll get time for everything. It just might take you a little bit longer than you'd originally hoped. Anyway, doing this. I'm saying goodbye now before we run over the half an hour mark too much. So yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate you being here. And if you could say hello in the comments, tell me about your star sign and your elements. Does that something, do you get it? Do you like, is it something that you think of? Do you believe in it? I'd love to know. Please let me know. Have a little bit of conversation going about that. Or just say hi. I love it when you do that. And I'm officially going. Speak soon. Thanks so much. Bye. Bye.